Okay, hi Matt. Thank you for joining us for our, this is our first Fit Show family video. So how are things? How's Chase Taylor?
Yeah, well, in the circumstances, we're doing the best we can. We're staying visible on social media. At the moment, there's been very much a seismic shift from being very job focused, where we had 100 jobs before the lockdown,
Yeah,
to being very candidate focused because obviously for obvious reasons, and this situation at the moment with COVID-19,
yeah,
is that a lot of companies had to go into hibernation, if you like. Not shut up shop. I don't want to use the word shut up shop because that's not the case. They've had to retreat into a state of hibernation for most businesses.
temporary. Yeah,
So we've been very much focused on talking to candidates, speaking to clients, and just keeping visible.
yeah. So what has the impact been then? Would you say since lockdown, have a lot of live roles now been paused or pulled, or are people still keeping those on the back burner?
Well, there's been a bit of a mixture actually, Jess. There's
Yeah,
a lot of companies have said, look, we're going to close up and take stock after this situation. We'll work out and do a diagnostic
yeah,
after the restriction movement's lifted. But some clients are saying to me, Matt, this is a really good time for us to talent bank. We want to find your best quality candidates.
right.
And when this movement restriction lifts, we want to see your best 5 guys. And some people are saying that.
Right.
I've also had companies come to me and say, yeah, we're not doing anything at the moment, but as soon as it does lift, we've got a backlog of install that needs to be done. So we're going to need fitters, contract managers, etc., etc. So across the spectrum of the industry, there's different different messages coming back out. Some people really sort of active in the background, waiting for it to kick back off. Some people completely shut shop, which is I find a bit bizarre, but
Yeah.
hey.
Because it's quite a long process, isn't it? Recruiting quality candidates. So you think if you stop that now, you just create a bigger challenge for yourself when you restart things.
Well, what you've got to be thinking about is good business leaders will be thinking about a strategy to get out of this when we go forward. There's, businesses are going to need sales, they're going to need to install a backlog of products.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of people looking at home improvements, sitting at home now at the moment, and at the back end of 6 weeks or 8 weeks of however lockdown it will be, we're in the 4th week at the moment, sitting in their house thinking, you know, we need to do some home improvements. We need extra space within the house. We need more lights. We need ball folding doors. And this home improvement market will kick on. And so the prepared customer, the prepared candidates, or the prepared people will hit it from a rolling start rather than a static start where they have to restart all over again, and that will be difficult.
Yeah, definitely. And then looking at it from the flip side, so from a candidate perspective, are you seeing that people are getting in touch and saying, I'm not looking for a role anymore, I'm just going to sit tight and ride this out? Or are you seeing an influx of prospective candidates?
I've got to be honest, that everybody I've spoken to is keeping their options open.
Yeah, good.
Use this unprecedented, which seems to be the buzzword at the moment, unprecedented times. People are keeping their options open. You're finding people sitting in and reflecting on what they want to do going forward and what they've done previously. And the candidates I've spoken to are all receptive to new opportunities and looking forward.
Good.
But the people I've spoken to, indeed, I don't feel there's anybody who's saying, right, I'm staying here, I'm shutting up shop, because nobody's really 100% sure what their market's going to look like when we come out the other end. Exactly. And so people or candidates are obviously suggesting to me that they want to stay on the market, stay visible, and be told of any new opportunities going forward.
Great. That's good, isn't it? Encouraging. And then in terms of, obviously I've read about so many companies that have either furloughed staff or made people redundant. Have you had many inquiries through from new candidates on the back of that? And what's your kind of advice to them at this time?
Well, my advice to them is at the moment is, if they just want to speak to us. I've spoke to candidates that have worked for companies for years and years and years, and I've never had to even think about a new position, role, a new job, a new career move. And they find themselves a little bit uncertain. The companies may have not treated them in in the best way or best light, or they feel as if it might be a good opportunity for them to look at a new move. And I'm spending 95% of my time talking to candidates, reassuring them, giving them advice, and I'm putting together CVs and moves, or even transition from one part of the industry to another.
Yeah.
And just that's what my time's been spent. From 9 till 5, I'm on the phone talking to candidates and giving them that little bit of advice.
Yeah. So have you had any really positive conversations, I don't know, with any big brands out there in the industry who are, like you say, putting that plan together for recovery, and how they're going to attract new talent when they're at that stage?
Yeah, I mean, I've spoken to a couple of friends that own retail side of the business, of the industry. They've been really positive. They've seen spikes in website traffic, where people are perusing their websites. Yeah. They've seen their sales staff are taking phone calls or email inquiries from potential customers. There are green sprouts of recovery if you look for them. Yeah. It's like you take a cross section of the industry. There will be business leaders sitting here planning of how to attack the market going forward. Yeah. But we'll get the flip side of that, where there's some companies that will shut up shop and completely go into hibernation mode. Yeah. And I don't feel as if that's the best way to go about it. I feel as if the company that wants to hit it from a rolling start will be the businesses that will recover the quickest.
Yeah, and have some kind of long-term success. I mean, I've been really impressed, especially from the Fit Show community side of things, how many of our exhibitors, people that have exhibited in the past, have just come out positively about the whole situation, and adapted their manufacturing lines, their processes, reopened factories to help with the fight against coronavirus. So again, I think this creates a legacy, doesn't it, for how businesses will be remembered in the future by either people that work for them now or attracting new talent in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. There's going to be some adaptation. There's going to be some new ways of thinking. There's going to be new ways of movement, and we've all got to adhere to that. But what will happen? It can't reinvent the wheel. It won't change it that drastically. It's not going to be. This is going to change the world forever. It won't. It will make certain amendments, and we're all going to have to see that. I.e., in my industry, there may be a higher influx of Zoom, what we're doing right now, interviewing over via the internet as first interviews. Yeah. There will be social distancing, and that's going to be with us for a while. But I can't see it actually changing the industry in a huge seismic shift. It just won't. I can't see it. But you know what? At the moment, we just got to hold on to the optimism that it will kick on.
Yeah, definitely. And we are seeing those kind of green shoots, aren't we, like you said? So what would your advice be to candidates now then? So if you're a candidate, you've either been looking for a role or you're thinking of moving once things start moving again, what can candidates be doing now to get ready?
Well, the best thing they can do is, whilst they're using this time at home, update the CV. Yeah. If they go onto the website, Chase Taylor website, there's advice on how to put a CV together if you've not done that. Yeah. Or indeed, give me a call. I can give you advice how to put a CV together. That's no problem at all.
Brilliant.
That is the main key. I've been in the market. You need to have a CV so we can register you, or you can use that as a platform. Yeah. For when things do move, and I really truly believe, and I do know that this industry will roll the punches. We've been through a lot. Yeah. And I know this is a global pandemic, and I know this is a global thing, and we are looking down the neck of a recession that's going to be obviously with us. But there will be companies that will fight through it, and there will be companies that have business strategies, and there will be companies that will say, we refuse to lie down, we want to kick on. And Chase Taylor is one of those, and I know a lot of companies as well that will be one of those. And I know the Fit Show will be a good platform next year for us all to kick on.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's really nice that you've mentioned that, actually, because I think by May next year, things will be looking a lot more positive for everybody. And I really do see Fit Show at that point being the perfect platform for everybody to get back together, as we're pushing through that recovery. I think that Fit Show next year will be, a good push for Chase Taylor. Do you think it's going to come at the right time?
Well, obviously we're all sort of governed by this social distancing
Yeah.
rule. I'm hoping that by May next year, which is, we're talking 12 months
Yeah.
down the line now,
Yeah.
that there will be a movement, the restriction of movement will be lifted and in some way or form. But this industry needs a show. I've heard some rumbles from some industry leaders saying, this won't happen, or this sort of thing wouldn't be advisable. I'm the opposite. We need the fit show. We need social interaction. We need to be visible for our whole industry, because we all support each other. The glass companies support the fabricators support. It's all interlinked.
Yeah.
And I believe we will need it. We'll need a shot in the arm, and I think it is it's far enough away for it to be deemed as being safe at this stage. Hopefully we would have it all done and dusted. If not, then I'm getting a job at Tesco's. I won't even be there.
Yeah, exactly. We'll be looking at a very different landscape, won't we? We're not. But everything's pointing in the right direction. So that's brilliant. Absolutely. Well, thank you for your time. Yeah, and obviously great advice there in terms of candidates getting their CVs in shape, and they know that they can contact you as a resource if they need any help doing that. Yeah, absolutely. Just keep an eye on my LinkedIn, keep an eye on the website. There will be things like webinars going on board. There will be opportunities for candidates to look to the future and hopefully a brighter future. And there will be opportunity. That's why the big message is that we will kick on. The industry will kick on, and we'll be here. And we'll be temporary, isn't it? We have to look at this as very much temporary. Yeah, absolutely.